Most people think quiet people are shy, passive, or simply not paying attention. Wrong. Quiet people are often the most aware individuals in the room, and if you underestimate them, you're already making their first observation for them. Today, we're breaking down the psychology of people who stay quiet. But notice everything. First, they listen to what you're not saying. Quiet people aren't distracted by their own talking. That gives their brain more bandwidth to read the gaps in your communication, your tone, your pacing, your hesitation, your body language, and any contradictions. While others are busy focusing on what they're going to say next, quiet observers are processing signals you don't even realize you're broadcasting. They aren't psychic. They're just paying closer attention than you are. Next, they analyze before they speak. Talking forces you to think out loud, but quiet people think internally first. By the time they finally speak, they've already filtered out emotion, impulse, and noise. This is what makes their words appear sharper, more precise, and sometimes unsettlingly accurate. People often mistake their silence for uncertainty. In reality, it's the opposite. They're carefully sorting through information before committing to an opinion. They also notice power dynamics incredibly fast. Quiet observers pick up on social hierarchy quicker than anyone else. They see who dominates the conversation, who avoids conflict, who submits, and who is just pretending. Because they aren't busy performing for an audience, they're watching how everyone else performs. They can easily read who interrupts others, who gets ignored, who people subconsciously defer to, and who hides their insecurity behind a mask of confidence. This is why quiet individuals often become the most accurate judges of character. They see the social game without having to play it. Another thing is, they remember small details. Most people forget the little things almost instantly. Quiet people don't. They store that information away. Why? Because their brain isn't cluttered by constant social output. They are observers first and reactors second. This makes them catch micro-expressions, shifts in tone, small lies, and subtle inconsistencies, the very things that expose true intentions. Details that seem random to you often connect into clear patterns for them. They can also sense tension before anyone else. Because they study emotional shifts so closely, quiet people can feel a conflict forming long before it becomes visible to others. They'll notice when someone's irritation is rising, when a joke secretly annoys someone, when a conversation turns fake, or when trust in the room breaks. They don't just hear conversations, they feel the mood underneath them. This is why quiet individuals often avoid drama. They see it coming earlier than everyone else. And finally, they observe because they don't need attention. People who crave attention talk constantly. Quiet people don't need that kind of validation. They choose to observe because that's where the real information is. They understand something most people never learn. When you stop trying to be noticed, you start noticing everything. Their silence is a strategy, not a weakness. So, the truth about quiet people is they aren't mysterious, they're just efficient. They watch, they analyze, they understand. If you have one in your life, don't underestimate them. They may not say much, but trust me, they've already figured out more than you think. Thanks for watching.